Namaste. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another session of Gentle Yoga. You found Yoga with Lisa SXM coming to you live from the beautiful island of St. Martin every Tuesday and Thursday live on Facebook. So let's get on our yoga mats and do yourself the honor of just having a beautifully straight back and relaxed shoulders. Lift up from the top of the head. And feel the connection with the earth in your hips, in the root chakra. Open up, energy from the earth can flow into the body, flow all the way up to your crown chakra, connecting heaven and earth right through your alignment, your body. Just take a moment to breathe and be with yourself. Notice your breath. Where is it hitting you? Is it in your chest? Is it shallow? Is it in your belly? Is it full and deep? Just observe without judgment. As we get ready for our exercises today, this is the first day of February, so we are welcoming February, and tomorrow is Groundhog Day. And did you know Groundhog Day is an astronomical holiday? It's based in the geometry of the solar system. So guess what? February 2nd is exactly halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox, and it's right in the middle. Ancient people honored this day as a good day to start new things. So we're going to start February with a balance challenge, and that's a big challenge for me. I know some of you may have noticed that I'm a little wobbly sometimes, and I used to be really good at balancing, but as you get older you kind of lose it. So let's go try and keep it going for us. I suggest very strongly, hi Laura, I suggest that you get something that you can just put a hand out if you feel wobbly. I use the wall, but because the room is as it is, I brought in something that I can just reach over for a little steadiness when I need it. You can use a chair, you can use a wall, you can use a piece of furniture, as long as it's pretty stable and doesn't get in the way for your other things that you're going to be doing. So we will eventually be standing up and trying to do tree pose today, which is not my regular routine. If you're with me the last few years, when you almost never do tree pose. So we're going to give it a try today. And having said all that, let's start with some shoulder rolls. Just roll your shoulders up and back, squeezing the shoulder blades behind, breathing in. Breathe in as you squeeze the shoulders up. Breathe out as you lower them down, and really feel the sides of your body reaching down, like the midriff next to your armpits sliding down towards your hips. Actually feel the tissues push down away from the ears. Breathe in and out. And then we'll try it the other way, over the top to the front. Keep breathing. And then let's just do sort of like a bicycle maneuver with the shoulders, over the top to the front, letting the torso move, the rib cages kind of doing a little bit of a circle or figure 8 move. Breathe. And backwards bicycle. Keep breathing. All right. Let's stretch the legs out. Take a moment to pull the flesh away from your sitting bones so you really connect your weight of your torso down into the earth through your pelvis points, those ischial points on the hips. Flex those ankles and try and open up the back of the knees for me. And at the same time, sit tall, reach the arms straight up towards the ceiling. And think about the top of your head rising up towards the ceiling, your fingertips and top of your head up. Flex those ankles. The toes should be pointing up at the ceiling, or if you really got a lot of movement in the back of the legs, maybe they point a little bit back towards your forehead. Keep reaching up and breathing for me. Reach a little higher, higher than you thought you could. Reach up higher. Nice, all right, bring it down. Let the hands rest on the legs, and the legs can just sort of open outward. Maybe get a little bit wider with the legs. Let the feet flop outward, the knees bend just slightly. Round the back, drop the head. Look down towards the chest. And just feel the back of the neck create space between the vertebrae. And begin to shift your weight from one hip to the other, and just let your head roll around in front of your chest. Left to right, back and forth, breathing in and out. Nice. Come back to the center and sit tall. Bring those legs together again. Flex the ankles, reach up again, breathe in. And let's see, if you think of your body as like a clock, your fingers are pointing up at 12 noon and your legs are sort of out at 3 o'clock. We're going to take the hands to 12:30. Keep the back straight so you really have a flat lower back. Reaching for the diagonal here. Keep breathing. Let's go to 1 o'clock. Slowly coming down, but not rushing. Keep breathing. Keep bringing those ankles into a super flexed position. Let's go to 2:30. Sorry, 1:30. And then bring it down to 2 o'clock, getting into a sort of a hairpin position with the body. We're working on bringing it down to horizontal for a real full forward fold. Can you reach a little farther forward? Reach those fingertips forward. Breathe. And lower. And eventually coming down to 3 o'clock. Maybe your wrists rest right on top of your big toe. Keep reaching forward. If your wrists are reaching on your big toe, try this. Point your toes and let the movement of your feet against your wrist pull you into a deeper stretch from the lower back. Beautiful. Let's put the hands on the legs and walk the hands back up towards the hips, giving your body a little support there. And get ready to scoot down onto your backside. Put your arms wherever you feel is wonderful for you, and let your knees be up, heels close to your hips. We're just going to windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Breathe as you move. Really let the hips be super loose and floppy. Breathe. More times on each side. Keep breathing. All right, bring the knees up. Let's bring them all the way to the chest. Just give yourself a little hug into the chest with the knees. And stretch the arms and legs up to the ceiling. Circle your ankles, circle your wrists. Keep circling, changing direction whenever you feel like it. Flex and point, flex and point. Flex the ankles and the wrists, and then point the toes and bring the hands all the way over. Bring them through their full range of motion. All right, let's do a nice strong flex. Bring the elbows and knees down as low as they'll go, and push them back up, and then point. Flex, bring it down, push it up, and point. Keep going. We're going to go 10 more times. 10. Point. Flex. Down. Push it up. 9. Flex. Bring it down. Push it up and point. 8. Flex. Bring it down. Push it up. Point. That's 7. Down. Up. That's going to be 6. And bring it down. Push it up. Point. There's 5. Bring it down and push it back up. That's 4. Bring it down. Push it up. 3. Bring it down. Push it up. That's 2. And the last one, bring it down. Push it up. Bring your fingers and toes to point towards the ceiling. Lift the head off the mat. Bring your hips and shoulders up. Reach for the ceiling. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, come on down. And bring your hands back to a good position for you and bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open out if this is comfortable for you. If not, you can bring both knees to the left or both knees to the right or some other arrangement. Whatever we do today and every day, make sure that it's comfortable for you. You are not required to do stuff that does not feel right. If it doesn't feel right, you can minimize what I ask you to do, or modify it completely, or you can just rest and wait. It's all good because you're taking care of yourself and listening to your inner wisdom of what your body asks for. Honor that sense of what's right for you. Respect it. Don't push past your limits. We keep it super gentle here at Yoga with Lisa SXM, but even so, some people may want it even more gentle, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Please bring your hands alongside your hips now, fingers pointing towards your heels, feet nice and strong on the floor near your hips. And we're just going to tilt the pelvis and push the lower back down into the floor. Not really doing anything with the arms or hands. This is all about your lower back. Press it down into the floor and squeeze your belly in. Keep breathing. Try to keep the pressure you're building in your lower abs out of your upper chest. Let your heart beat without stress. Keep breathing. Breathe easily. Squeeze your belly in, push your lower back down into the floor. Flatten that arch in your lower back down. Press pretty hard down into the floor. Maybe even squeeze your Kegel muscles in. Squeeze the hips in a little bit. Continue to breathe. And release, relax. Let's see if we can pick the hips up off the floor now. Lift them up. Push the feet into the floor and just rock the hips a little bit left and right. Keep breathing. All right, lower the back down and let the legs stretch out. Bring your arms overhead. And stretch the body as long as it'll go from fingertips to toes. Expand your ribcage and breathe in. Feel free to yawn or sigh. Take care of that need for air. All right, it's time for a bit of a hamstring stretch for the right leg. Bring the leg up and just give it a nice hug. Knee is bent, hug it into the chest. And then stretch the leg up and interlock your fingers behind the knee. We'll gently pull the leg towards the face and back to vertical. If you feel like you don't like it exactly like this and you've got a strap or a belt handy, you could put that strap around your foot so you don't have to really hold onto your leg with your hands. You could just grab the strap. Find your full range of motion, but be gentle and slow and work with your breathing. When you find your full range of motion, sort of acknowledge where the edge is. Give it a little nudge and back away. Exhale as you pull the leg towards your chest. Inhale as it drifts back towards your comfort zone. Breathing is very important. Coordinating movement with breath is wonderful. It's relaxing, it's unifying, it's healing, it's peaceful. it's centering. Okay, we're going to hold the leg close to the edge of our range of motion, wherever it may be. Just try to relax for a moment. Release the leg and bend the knee. Circle that knee as big around as you can. Nice big circle. Go backing the other way. Change direction whenever you feel like it. And remember, if you feel like this is not good for you, you can make a small circle. Or you can just rest. Change direction now and then. Breathe a lot. All right, bring that bent leg across the body, all the way to the floor. Let the foot find the floor, and then roll up on your side hip. Tuck that heel underneath the opposite knee. Bend both legs. Open the arms out from the chest like a capital letter T. And maybe turn your face to look away from your knee. But if that works, if that makes you feel like you have to work to do that, and your neck is resisting it, find a different position so you can relax. Take a moment to really relax. Don't be ready to get into your next pose. This one is the most healing of all the poses. If you really relax, it clears the toxins out of the tissues along the spine, from tailbone to neck. So just take a moment to think about each part of your spine and ask it, are you relaxed 100%? There's a pretty good chance you'll find that there's some holding, sort of automatic, mindless holding somewhere along your lower back or hips. And do try to relax. Let that go. Trust yourself enough to say, it's okay, you can let go. No emergency happening right now. Let's take that top arm, the one that's on the opposite side from where your knees are pointing, and just move it in a nice big slow circle and breathe in at the top, out at the bottom. And then change direction, go the other way around. Slow and easy. Graceful, smooth, connected to breath. And then come back, place that arm right back where it was before, and resume your relaxation. When you're ready, roll onto your back. And realign the spine and all the tissues on either side by reaching up overhead and pointing your toes together. Big breath in, stretch long. Beautiful, come on down. And then bring the other leg up. Bring the left leg up, give it a gentle hug. Stretch it up. Interlock your fingers behind the knee or use your strap hooked on your foot and hold with your hands. Find your range of motion, starting slow, just an inch or two. Gently expanding your range to its full expression, but do not push past your edge. Be gentle with yourself. Remember to breathe as you move. In fact, let the breath lead the movement. Find that edge, that therapeutic edge, and just give it a little nudge. And then back away. All right, let's see if we can hold the leg at or near the range of motion's therapeutic edge. Hold and breathe. Try to relax through the back of the leg, up to the knee, down to the hip, everything loose. Seeking relaxation. If you can't relax in this position, don't judge yourself. Just say, I'm seeking relaxation. Lengthening through the back of the leg. Keeping it long and loose. When you're ready, bend the knee and bring it across the body. Bend both knees and put your heel under your lower leg's knee. Open the arms out to the side, palm up, fingers curled. Softness in the hands, softness in the mind. Stay with yourself. Stay with the breath. Release the spine, shoulders and hips. Beautiful. Let's take that top arm and circle it around. Extra slow, very graceful and smooth. Breathe as you move. Change direction, come around the other way, keep breathing. And then return the arm to its original position, out to the side. Rolling onto your back. Stretch the body long. Bring that left leg up again, circle the knee around. Breathe air into your hip. Change direction. Nice. Bring both knees up to your chest for me. And just give your hands to the knees. Squeeze it in and release. Squeeze in and exhale. Release. Breathe in. Squeeze in. Exhale. Release. Breathe in. Squeeze in. Exhale. Really hold tight with strong arms and strong hands. Bring those knees right up to the chest. And let them go wide as you're comfortable with. Don't go too far. Release that tension through the hips, opening the pelvis. But be careful, don't overstretch the inner thighs. Very sensitive, easy to overdo it if you don't pay attention. And we're just going to squeeze the knees up towards the shoulders and then let them drift down towards the hips. Squeeze the knees up, drop them down towards the hips. Squeeze the knees up towards the shoulders. Drop it down one more time. And bring the knees together. Let's tuck the fingers right behind the knees. Bring the knees away from the chest, round the back, bring the head up, and begin to rock. Rock 3 or 4 times more. From shoulders to hips, and up to seated. Come back to seated. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position, probably with your legs crossed, unless that's not good for you, and then you can bring your legs out. All right, bring the hands to prayer pose. We're going to take those hands a little away from the chest forward and move the hands like a figure 8 or an infinity symbol. Really allow the wrists to go through a wide range of motion. Drop them back and back. Each hand gets a chance to drop way back. All right, here's a challenge. Go the other way. Do it the other way around the infinity symbol. Stretch the arms out. Wiggle the fingers. Bring them back. Bring them back. Bring the chest forward and the hands as far back as they want to go. Turn the palms up and bring the hands up overhead. Reach up and breathe in. Find your prayer hands and pull it to your heart. Exhale. Keep the back straight. Just bow the head a little bit. Stay here. Breathe. Interlock your fingers and give them a nice squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Move them in a circle, close to the chest and away. Squeeze and release. Breathe. Let's go the other way around our circle. Keep breathing and squeezing and releasing. And invert the hands. Push through, round the back, drop the head. Push the hands way forward. Lift it up, overhead, straight arms. Hands come to the back of the head or the back of the neck, elbows way back. Look up through the top of your eyes, blink your eyes. Circle your eyes all the way around one way and then the other. Squeeze your eyes closed. Open them wide. Nice, all right, reach it up again. Breathe in. Round the back, put the hands to reach forward and drop your head. Stay here for 3 full breaths. And come back to prayer. Take a moment to be centered, your hands to rest on your knees, palm up. Namaste, thank you for that. Let's get up on hands and knees, a little table position here. Make sure your shoulders and wrists are lined up vertically and your knees are under your hips and your fingers can be spread wide. Arch the back up and drop the head, cat pose. And then come into your cow pose with back swayed down between the shoulders and the hips. Turn that tailbone up, lift the face. Press the heel of your hands into the floor, elevate through the chest, no scrunching. And when you're ready, transition to cat. Keep moving with cat and cow with your breath. Come back to a flat table. Take one step forward. And send your hips almost all the way back to your heels. At the last minute, tuck it under, undulate through the spine, bringing it forward, and lift the face. Hips go back, almost to the heels, tuck it under at the last minute, undulate up through the spine, lift the face. One more time, undulate like a wave in the ocean. Back to table. Let's turn the toes under, bring those hands under your shoulders again, and lift the hips up, straighten the legs. Find your downward dog, and allow yourself to sway left and right. The hips will sway left and right. Coming back to the center, push the hips back and drop the head. Nice. Walk your feet close together, big toes touching. Put all your weight on your right foot, bend the left foot up, and lift the heel towards the ceiling or towards the wall behind you. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee and kick. Bend the knee and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bring it down. Change feet. All your weight on your left, bend the right leg, bring the heel up, reach for the ceiling or the wall. Hold and breathe. Try a little bend the knee and straighten. Bend the knee and straighten. Bend the knee and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bring it down. Let your feet go wide again. Press the hips back, drop the head. And take a few steps towards your hands. Bring all your body weight onto your feet and let your arms just hang, let your head just hang. Ragdoll pose, forward fold. Your knees can be a little bent if you want. In fact, a little bent is awesome. Maybe slowly begin to move your hips like a figure eight. Looking down at the floor in front of your toes, put your hands there and act like you're playing the piano, like our wonderful musician that I've been using lately from Relax Daily on YouTube. If you haven't checked him out, do so. It's a fantastic way to just have music in your house or wherever you are. Play the piano all the way down to the low notes, all the way up to the high notes. All the notes get to be in the ivories. All right, bring those hands down in front of the feet. Turn the hands upside down, fingers pointing towards your toes. Pick up your toes, slide the hands underneath your feet, and wiggle your toes. Give yourself a nice massage for the wrist and the heel of the hand. Wiggle those toes into your soft tissue of the base of the hand. Kind of a nice feeling, right? Bring the hands out from under the feet and put them on your knees. Bend your knees a lot and press against your knees. Come up and do a nice stance of mountain pose, Tadasana. Heels under hips, toes pointing forward. Weight on your balls of your feet and your heels. Lift your arch. Send your chest forward and up. Shoulders back and down. Relaxing. Let your arms just hang from your shoulders. Top of the head reaching up. Lengthen through the spine, the neck, the core of the body. Reach the arms out and up. Stretch it up. Breathe in. Exhale, bring them down. All right, it's time for our balance pose. We're going to try a little tree pose. And so, stay in mountain. Make sure you have a nice foundation. Make sure your yoga mat doesn't have any wrinkles. And your feet are well suited on the floor. And feet under the hips and toes pointing forward. And shift all your weight to your right foot. And the left foot can come toes on the floor, heel up just above the ankle. Press the knee out. This is the beginner pose for tree, and you can put your hands in prayer pose, or you can have them out to the side, or you can have them up. So the toes are still on the ground, so you have a little support. The more advanced pose is to bring the foot up a little above the ankle. Now they don't recommend putting the foot right on the knee, so it's either below the knee Or if you're quite good, you can grab the foot and bring it all the way up to the crotch. And in every case, the knee is off to the side. Okay, so I'm going to keep mine down low, just above the ankle. Push that knee out. Remember, you're lifting through the heart, through the sternum, and through the chest, and your shoulders are down and away. When you feel a little wobbly, just grab onto your support. All right, come out, and let's let the shoulders do a backwards bicycle. Now, one of the secrets of balancing is the upward momentum. Not really momentum, but upward energy. From the feet, pushing up. So if you're really heavy in your hips, heavy in your body, you're going to be all over the place. Think about pulling everything up towards a center line in the body. Up we go. All right, so let's try tree on the other side. Make sure your feet are under your hips, toes pointing forward, weight well distributed on both feet to start. And then when you're ready, shift your weight to the left foot this time and bring the toes to the floor and the heel just above your ankle. And then find the position where you want your foot. Remember, we don't recommend putting it at the knee, either below the knee or all the way up to the hips. So I choose here. Push that knee back and find your balance. When you feel wobbly, just grab your support. And think about up. Think about up. Bring it down. Nice job. So let's take a minute to take the knee up with a breath, push it down. Hands and knee up with a breath and push it down. Up and down. Up, up and down. Up and down. Let's take the knee up and out and down. Up, out, and down. Up, out, and down. Up, out, and down. All right, out, in, and down. Out, forward, and down. Out, forward, and down. Out, forward, and down. Beautiful. Stretch those arms straight up for me. Breathe in. Be very tall. Reach up to the ceiling. Rotate your wrists. Out and around. Breathe. Bring the hands down. And let's try a little bit of a lunge position. So right foot forward and back foot straight. Front leg bent, back leg straight. And take your arms in a back stroke. Take both arms back and reach back. Look down by your knee and bring your forehead close to your knee and reach the arms up. Swing them back up, breathe in, lift them up and back. Bring it down, bow over your knee, lift the arms up behind. And bring them back up. Take your arms back and low. Imagine you have two bowling balls in your hands, and we're going to swing them forward with a lot of force and take a step forward, come into mountain pose. One movement. And then other leg back. And backstroke. Bring both hands up and wide, look up. Bring them forward, bring your forehead close to your knee and arms come up overhead behind. Swing them up, back and wide, forward, down and up. Breathe in and out. And come back up. Bring the arms behind and low. Two bowling balls in each, one bowling ball in each hand. Swing them forward, come into mountain pose, stand tall. And we're at the new moon, so let's do a moon salutation. Stand in needle pose. That means that your feet are actually quite close together now. Toes pointing forward. Still have that energy of lifting up. Bring your hands overhead and your fingers come to the temple pose, which means just your index fingers pointing up. Everything else is clasped together. Squeeze your biceps against your ears if you can, and think about a needle. Be tall and skinny and really, really strong. Up, 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 tall, skinny, and strong. That's the needle pose. All right, bring the hands, soften into prayer pose and bend the elbows, bend your knees, bend your waist, soften everything, and over we go for a crescent moon pose. Everything soft. Coming back, find your needle again and bring it up strong and straight and tall. And then soften on the other side and make it the crescent moon again. Breathe in and lift. And now we're going to open out into the full moon. Take one step, let your leg go off to the side. So you're sort of like a five-pointed star here. Look up and kiss the ceiling. And then drop down into woman warrior. The knees go wide. Do not let your knees go forward, please. Knees go wide over your toes. You're lifting through the top of the chest, but also sinking the pelvis. And the elbows are bent and the wrists are bent. And you're going to look up through the top of your eyes and stick your tongue out. And then return to five-pointed star and kiss the ceiling. Come back to woman warrior, stick your tongue out, look up. And see if you can go one step back to needle. Bring it up. Crescent moon, soft. Bring it up. Crescent moon the other way, soft. Come back to needle, straight and tall. And I'm going to do one step the other direction, one big step into five-pointed star. Kiss the ceiling. Drop down to woman warrior, stick your tongue out. Come up to five-pointed star, kiss the ceiling. And back down to woman warrior. And one step back to needle. Straight and tall. Crescent moon, soft. Come back up. Crescent moon, soft. And come back up. Beautiful. Let's get back down on the floor. And open the legs out into a straddle. Now, of course, if you feel like it's a little bit too intense for you in the inner thigh, you don't have to have your legs so far apart. Do try to have them comfortable. That's the most important thing. All right. Float the arms up over the legs and reach up. Breathe in. Bring your prayer in. And just take a moment to be with yourself here. Feel relaxed and balanced. Drop the hands down in front and take one step forward. Okay, we're just going to try and bend the elbows and push back. Drop it down and push back. Now everybody's different. Please be gentle with yourself. Exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you come up. And acknowledge that this is another range of motion type of stretch where you have a therapeutic edge. See if you can find that edge and just nudge it, and then come back into your comfort zone or closer to your comfort zone. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Now let's go about halfway down, somewhere in the middle between your therapeutic edge and your up position. You stay there for a moment and breathe. Let's look over the shoulder, back behind you, and then come back in. Take a breath. Exhale, look over the other shoulder, and come back. Take your time, look over one shoulder and then the other, sort of dipping one shoulder down in front of the chest at a time. Two more on each side. And then walk your hands back up. Let's turn the torso to look at your right leg. One hand on either side of the knee, and just bow your head over that knee. Once your head is down, if you want, you can reach your hands toward your toes. And then hands to the floor. Push yourself halfway up and come back to the middle. Bend your elbows. Lift up. Find your range. Find your edge. Breathe with the movement. Halfway up, and look over a shoulder. Come all the way up. Turn the torso to look at your left leg. One hand on either side of the knee. Bow your head over the knee, and then maybe reach for your feet, your foot. Hands to the floor, come back to the middle, dip down, push up, drop down, rise up, find your range. Let's see if we can stay at or near the edge of your range of motion for 30 seconds. Some of you may want to come down on your elbows. I'll watch the clock, keep breathing, and try to relax. Right, now that we've been patient, maybe you feel an urge to go a little deeper. If so, you can follow it down. If you've had enough of this, you can come out of it. I understand. Now we're going to reverse this wide openness with some extra closedness. So bring your legs in and tuck your left heel over by your right hip, and then stack your right leg on top so your knees are vertical right in front of your pelvis and feet are tucked back by the hips. Hands can rest on the feet. Try to lift from the hips to the top of the head. And just take a moment to breathe and close your eyes. As if this isn't pretzel enough for you, let's do eagle arms. Cross at the elbows. Right knee on top, right elbow on top. Wrap your forearms, fingertips come close to the wrist or the palm of the hand. And we're going to just reach up and lift up, and then tuck the elbows in towards your belly button and round the back, drop the head. Exhale. Inhale, lift the elbows up by your forehead and look up at the ceiling, breathe in. Exhale, elbows to the belly button, round your back, drop your head. 3 more breaths. Open the arms out and find your feet again. Rest your hands on your feet. Hands behind your hips. Swing the legs around. Now, the left leg is on top. Hands rest on feet. Let's do eagle arms. Cross the elbows, left arm on top, left leg on top, left arm on top. Grab the forearm, fingertips towards the palm of the hand. Reach it up. Arch the back slightly, look up at the ceiling, lift those elbows, breathe in. Bring the elbows close to the belly button, round the back down, drop the head, exhale. Breathe in and out. Arch up and roll it down. 2 more times, breathe. Unwind the arms and just let the hands find the feet again. Close the eyes and stay with yourself. Beautiful. Hands behind your hips. Sit back on your tailbone and stretch your legs out. Flush away from your sitting bones. Walk your feet just a little wider than your hips and reach your hands from your knees towards the top of your ankles, and fingertips just tuck in at the instep, the soft sole of your foot. Round your back, drop your head, caterpillar pose. Release your lower back, mid back, and upper back and neck. Slowly sit up. And let's return to our Savasana. Laying down. Legs spread out just a little bit and hands away from hips, palm up. Total awareness, total relaxation, Savasana, corpse pose. You are one with your environment. bring your fingertips of one hand close to your heart and the fingertips of the other hand close to your belly button. And try to breathe in, expanding the chest first. Feel the fingertips rise. And then breathe in even more, bringing the belly button up. Feel the belly rise. And then let anything just go all at the same time. Breathe in, chest rises. Breathe in, belly rises. Exhale, everything goes out together. Breathe in chest and belly. Let it go. And then let your arms go to whatever position feels comfortable. So we did our first challenge for balance. We tried tree pose. We are going to try to keep going throughout the month of February, trying to get a little bit better at balancing, and slowly over time we should be able to succeed with that. So let's be patient with ourselves, no critiques, no judgment, always accepting with love and gratitude this body that you have. This is your body, this is your life. It's a gift given to you. It's the only one you're going to have in this lifetime, and it's pretty great. So be grateful and happy and peaceful, and spread that contentment and a sense of acceptance to all the people that you encounter through your radiant heart and your beautiful smile. I grant you my most sincere namaste. From my heart to yours, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye now.